Okay students, this is in continuation of the Gauss's law. So what is Gauss law? Gauss law is nothing but the flux through a closed surface is equal to charge enclosed by epsilon naught, or you can say line integral of electric or surface integral of electric field over the closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed. Okay, so what I was discussing was that when you are finding the flux, you have to be very careful what is the angle between the electric field and the area vector, and or which surface will contribute to the electric flux or not. Say for example, in the case of the cube, if you take, let's say that this is a cube and the electric field is along the x-axis. Now which face of the cube will contribute to the flux? So as this is very apparent, children, you know that the angle, you have to find the angle between E and ds. Now as in the case the electric field is along the x-axis, so the face, that is the face which is along the yz axis. Okay, so the face which is along the yz axis, the area vector will be along the x-axis, because area vector is perpendicular to the area. So now if so yz face, the area vector will be along the x-axis and the electric field is also along the x-axis. So only these yz face will contribute to the electric flux. The other faces will not contribute to the electric flux. So this is the one of the question which I have discussed just now, that you have to be very careful. You have to see that the angle between E and ds, only when cos theta is 1, that is theta is 0, those faces will contribute to the flux. The other faces will not contribute to the flux. As this example I did in the previous video, that in the case of the wire, only the curved surface area will contribute to the electric flux, because as you can see that I have taken this element, the E and area vector are in the same direction, and the end caps will not contribute to the electric flux. So this type of questions can be asked on the Gauss law. And the second type is like, you can say that if I have taken a closed surface, this is my closed surface, and say the charges enclosed in it are minus 10 coulomb, plus 5 coulomb and minus 2 coulomb is placed outside. So what will be the total charge? Total charge will be, Q enclosed will be, you have to add it algebraically, that is minus 10 plus 5, that will be plus minus 5 by epsilon naught. And as you know that the positive flux means, that means those lines are penetrating out, and it will be negative flux. The negative flux means, that means lines are going into the closed surface. So this is about the questions relating to your Gauss law. Then next we did the applications of the Gauss law, and then the application of the Gauss law, we found the electric field through infinitely long wire, infinitely plane sheet and the spherical shell. So now is the expression you have to learn for the MCQs or for the 1 markers. Then the electric field is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught r. The r cap denotes the direction. If it is positively charged wire, the field will be radially outward, and if it will be negatively charged wire, the field will be radially inwards. And you can see that very well. It is inversely proportional to the distance. Alright, and then we did the infinite plane sheet. The infinite plane sheet, the expression was E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. And from there we took the special cases, and we did that if we have got the two plates having the surface charge density sigma and minus sigma. So what we found that the electric field between the two plates was uniform, and that was E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. So as you can see that the sigma is constant, epsilon naught is constant. So electric field between the two oppositely charged plates is uniform. So again the question can be here, even though they ask you to just two oppositely charged plates, you can ask to draw the electric field. Okay, and then what is the expression for the electric field between the two plates, and say if a charge is placed, say plus Q is placed, what in this, which direction it will move. This question is already there in one of my videos, the 1 marker. If the proton is placed between the two plates, so what force it will experience? It will experience the force F is equal to Q into E. So it will move in the direction, that means it will move towards the negatively charged plate, and the electron will move in the direction opposite to the direction of the electric field. And as you can see that it is constant, it does not depend upon the R. And then we did the spherical shell. In the case of the spherical shell, we did 3 cases: outside the spherical shell, inside the spherical shell, and at the surface. So you learn the expressions. This kq by r square, small r square, and inside the electric field was 0, and at the surface it was kq by r square. This is just the same as the expression for the point charge. And the next important question from where it can become is this graph, children. So the graphs in all the cases are examples. So only you should know the relation that in the case of the infinitely long wire, it is inversely proportional to r. In the case of your infinite sheet, it is independent of r. That means if you have to plot the graph between E and r, you can say that my graph will be simply a straight line. It does not depend upon the r, it is constant. And in the case of your spherical shell, as you can see this graph, that means you can see there are three regions. That means this region, when this is, what is this? That means my r is less than r. My r is less than r means what? That means the field inside the shell, and you know the field inside the shell is 0. So my electric field is 0. And when small r is equal to r, that means at the surface the value is maximum. That is kq by r square. And outside, when r is greater than r, it is inversely proportional to r square. Alright children, so this is about the Gauss law and its applications. Thank you.